What's going on, my friends? It's your boy, Mr. JR Break the Wells, your online marketing coach, mindset mentor, and product creator. Here to share with you who should I start week number 2 in the 2018 fantasy. Two things you may notice. First thing is, boom, right there, Seattle Seahawks. Yes, baby, that's me. That's where I'm at out here in Seattle. But I will not be biased when it comes to this fantasy picking. Who should I sit or start? You may also notice my green screen. This green screen, again, I work online. I create products and services. Below, actually, I left a link for those that want to see how to make money for free. It's probably the most easiest thing I've ever seen in my life. But with that being said, let's move into my selection. That's what I'm going to do here throughout the weeks. I'm just going to go over my lineup. I've won some championships doing something really cool, which is, I'll tell you at the end of this video. So with that being said, let's go with my quarterback in the starting lineup. This is who I have. Phillip Rivers going against Buffalo. Last week he gave me 29 points through 424 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Alvin Kamara, that is my starting running back first going against Cleveland. Last week he gave me 43.1 points. He went 8 for 29 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Caught the ball, 9 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Absolutely monster. You also have to think he is with New Orleans, and you got Drew Brees out there just slinging the rock. Melvin Gordon going against Buffalo. Last week he gave me 27.6 points, 15 rushes, 64 yards, and 9 catches, 102 yards. Beast. One thing about your fantasy, if you can have running backs like that can give you some good burst of yardage on the ground, right, toting the rock, but also having the guys that can catch the rock out of the backfield. And I'll tell you a little more when I get into my bench. Moving forward, I had John Ross as my starting receiver. Listen, John Ross got burners. I played 7 years of pro ball, okay, indoor football. And when it comes to receivers, there's certain things that I look for. Speed, agility, receiving, and a deep threat. That's what I look for when it comes to wide receivers. That's how I was, okay? I ran a 4.28 on grass. John Ross, speed, monster, okay? He gave me 1.5 points. He had 1 catch for 8 yards. They tried to give him a reverse. They tried to get him busy, right? It just wasn't happening. Now, listen, with John Ross, why I chose him, obviously he has speed, quickness, agility. He can catch the ball. One thing that I found, which is why he's going to go probably into my bench. I'm going to check him out one more week. I got to see who they're playing. But one more week, and he might even be traded or released. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. But I picked him up because of the fact that you have A.J. Green on the other side. Okay, you have A.J. Green, absolutely monster. We seen him. He had 3 tubs, okay, in the first quarter, right? You have A.J. Green, so you would think you would slide your defense over to cover A.J. Green, which is what they did, right? Which does what? It leaves no safety over top and one-on-one backside matchup. And that's what they got. And John Ross is having one hell of a time getting off that jam. And if you can't get off the jam, you get some pressure off the edges or right down the middle, guess what? You can only throw to A.J. Green so many damn times. Well, I don't know about that. He caught that slant across the middle and took it to the crib. It was three guys around him. Strong hands, big guy, long arms. I mean, it's killer. John Ross has the potential to really get busy. They tried to feed him. It just wasn't going down. So we'll see next week. I believe they're going against Carolina. We'll see if he can get loose. If not, he's going to get traded or slid over to the bench or cut, right? My next receiver is Quincy Enunwa. Monster. Absolute monster, okay? This dude last year, 2017, had a neck injury, so he was not in. Serious injury. But with the rookie, Sam Darnold, you talking about a security blanket. They're playing against Miami. It is going down. This is someone you would definitely want to start in your fantasy receiver spot. Next, tight end, David Njoku. Tyrod Taylor, he's trying to keep it, trying to stay at the head of the helm, with Cleveland. And again, Cleveland is a really good looking team this year. I'm telling you, they got some ballers out there. They got nice receivers. I mean, they have got a squad. And not to mention, you got Baker Mayfield, who is itching to get up in there. But with David Njoku, big ass tight end. He didn't get too busy last week, but he was on the field an awful lot. And Tyrod Taylor loves to scramble. He loves to deliver the ball to the tight end across the middle, dump plays, because if you think your QB's, over here running around, you have to, look out for Tyrod Taylor's dip sets, right? He'll run the ball, so then that brings the linebackers up. You got to creep, because if you don't come up, you want to stay in coverage, he's going to run the ball 5, 6, 7 yards, boom, every rip, you're going to get a first down moving down the field, right? So I picked up David Njoku. They're going against New Orleans. This is a really big game for them. They're filling themselves. They just tied against Pittsburgh. This is really, 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 really big for him. And I believe he's going to eat. He's probably going to have like 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm looking like. I just put inside of my flex TJ Yeldon. I picked him up. I actually released Giovanni Bernard. How crazy is that? Because now I want to pick him back up. But when it looks inside of when you look inside of the rest of my roster here, it's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard. I mean, if you can hear, I got some really good ball players. I've won some championships, and I'm going to tell you this secret at the end, so stay with me. But, man, Giovanni Bernard might have to get back onto my roster here. But in my flex right now, I got TJ Yeldon. He's coming into the starting role. They're going against New England. This is a big, big, big game for Jacksonville. They are defeated every rip. I believe they're 0-3 going against New England. Tom Brady, he's a monster. He likes to score early and often. So if you're going to win that game, you either got to be unstoppable when it comes to the defense, which is hard to do against Tom Brady, and you got Gronk on that matchup right there. Jalen Ramsey, it is going down. The fuel's going for this game. But TJ, he's going to get him about 25 carries plus, right? And he's another one of those running backs that come out of the backfield catching the ball. So he should really be nice in the flex this week. He's almost one of those guys you want to put him in your starting running back position. But as you hear, I got Alvin Kamara and Melvin Gordon. So you'll see how that works out throughout the year. Defense, I have Jacksonville defense. This is kind of rough. Again, just talking about Tom Brady, New England. They like to put up points. It's a really big game. I don't know. It could be a great time for my defense, but it could not. Either way, that's a defense that I'm going to run with throughout the year. They have a lot of speed. They're really dangerous. They can come up and press. They can blitz. They run really good zone coverages, really good defense. I'll talk about some other defenses throughout my videos or whatnot. Who's looking good, who's on the come up. Should I tell you right now? Should I tell you? No, I'll tell you in just a second. Ryan Succop. I got him as the QB. Not as the QB, my bad. As my kicker. They're playing Houston. He plays for Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota, coming off that elbow injury. He's a go for week 2. He is a go. How's he going to perform? How is the elbow lining out? I don't know. He could, kind of get through that progressively. Might get tipped on it. Who knows? But the kicker, he gave me some really good points last week. I didn't even have him. My kicker last week I released was Janikowski. Can you believe he missed those 2 field goals? Like, are you effing kidding me? Out of there instantly. I ain't got time for it. I'm looking to win another championship when it comes to fantasy. So now let me finish my roster here, my bench. Chris Carson. This is that scary defense that I was talking about and wanting to share with you. The come up, the sleeper pick defense. The Bears, they are looking nasty. Khalil Mack, the addition, oh man, they are a deadly, deadly, deadly defense. And for my Seahawks, again, I'm all the way with them. I think they're looking pretty good. I think they're going to be a contender coming to the playoffs. I think they might just sneak up in there. But Chris Carson, he was in my flex, definitely not in my starting lineup as my running backs because of the offensive line. It's just not there. Chris Carson is a beast. He is a beast. He can definitely hit the hole hard, and he can also catch the ball in the backfield. But you got the edge rushers, at Chicago. I don't know. I got him in my bench. I'm going to keep him stashed and see what happens. Receiver, I got Dante Moncrief. Got to see what he's looking like. I'm not too sure. Not ready for my starting lineup. Baker Mayfield, he's a backup quarterback that I have. He's itching. He's waiting for Tyrod to trick off. This is a great game for him because of the fact that they're going against New Orleans. So Tyrod Taylor, bro, this is the time for you to make big plays, right? If you want that starting lineup, you have great weapons. You know you're going to be on the field a lot because they're going to score a lot, right? I mean, Drew Brees, he loves to put up the ball plenty, 30, 40 times in the air, so you better be ready to match each point. Also, I have James White. He was almost going into my flex, but I threw TJ Yeldon in now that the injury just happened. Leonard Fournette, he got injured. Starting running back. Now you're going to touch the ball a lot. Plus, you catch the ball out the backfield. James White is definitely the business. He gave me 15.6 points. He was on my bench. Imagine that. He was on my bench. He caught 5 for 8. He ran the ball 5 times, 18 yards, but his receiving 4 for 38 yards and a touchdown. Definitely someone you want to have in your roster. Okay, I don't care if he's on the bench or in your flex. That's the 2 places he's going to be at. DJ Moore, got to get more from him. Taywan Taylor, he's coming off an injury. I'm not sure. I just know this. He is one of those sleeper picks. He got hella speed. He's really nasty. He can stretch the field on you. The dude got jukies. He definitely a pickup. This is what I would call a sleeper pick. I just released, first off, Marquise Goodman. He has a deep thigh contusion, that quad. I received one of those in Louisiana. I was playing kick return, juked the guy. The other guy that came, just helmet right through my thigh. Don't wear thigh pads. I ran a 4.28 on grass, so I just be having the burners out there. But hit me in the thigh, and I'm telling you, that injury is absolutely, there's no injury like that injury for sure. So with him being on the bench, we're going to watch him. I got a lot of speed as far as my receivers are concerned. And the last guy was Ryan Grant. This was Andrew Luck's target. Last week, he put up 13.9 points. And this is a PPR league. So I just recently picked him up. I put Marcus Goodwin down, like I said, with his injury. So I got Ryan Grant. So this is my lineup. This is what I got, who I'm starting, who is sitting. And I will definitely add in some other players. If you want to comment below who you have and who you're thinking about starting, I'll give you some insights on, who I think. Great minds think alike. So with that being said, definitely click the link to check out that free way of generating some money online. And I'll see you guys on my next Who Should I Start Fantasy Football 2018. Peace.